Hello, I'm Jay, owner of Volunteer Audio in Oliver Springs, Tennessee, and today I'm going to show you how to use your smartphone to update your iDatalink Maestro MRR2 for your Soundstream Reserve V2 radio. We've been making some videos on how to update the radio. That was a USB update. It's our previous video. In this one, we're going to cover specifically the iDatalink Maestro MRR2. There'll be another video made after this one for the MRR module. All right, so continue to watch, and I'll show you how to use your phone and get your radio properly updated. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to our bike. I want you to turn on your ignition and get your V2 radio up and working. Now, when it comes up, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the home screen of the radio and we're gonna trash the connection to our phone because I do not want your radio fighting your phone for Bluetooth or Wi-Fi connectivity, which is what's needed to take the WebLink app and connect to your MRR2. So what I want you to do is from the home page, click device list. If your phone is actually up on here, I want you to go across and just to trash it. Now, I've already done that. I've already removed my phone, but you'll see your phone name and you'll see an icon for a trash can. Do that to disconnect your phone completely. From this point, we're not doing anything to the radio. Now, I do want to make sure you've already done your radio update. So let's go there and show you what that was. So let's go to our settings. Let's go down to About. And if you haven't already done the MCU update that's dated October 31st, or the SoC update that was from December 6th, these were one update. You need to watch our previous video and go ahead and update your radio first. Added a lot of really cool features, but then you've got to do the video that we're doing right now. You got to watch it again and update your Maestro MRR2. So now that we've got this done, we know that we've updated our radio. I want you to go to your phone. I'm going to start screen recording so I can share some of this with you. And I want you to go to the WebLink Maestro app. It's going to bring a green icon that says WebLink Maestro. If you haven't already downloaded that app, let me go ahead and close. I'm going to go ahead and close this one all the way out and reopen it. If you haven't already downloaded that, go to your app store, whether that be the Google Play Store or on an iPhone, the App Store. Download that WebLink Maestro application to your phone. Once you get it updated, if you've never done this before, you need to create an account. It is free. You'll go through and you'll put in your information, your email. You'll set up a login. They're going to email you a confirmation. Check your spam or junk folder. More times than not, people call us with a tech call on this, and it's normally, I never got that confirmation email from iDatalink. If you didn't get it, check that spam folder. You will have it. Once you reply to that, you'll be set up. Now, I'm going to assume you've already done that in this video. We did previous videos on the MRR2 showing how to go through that entire process, but today we're going to start straight on the phone. So, making sure that I've got screen record on. All right, so I just showed you how to check your update at the beginning of the video. I need you to go back to that screen on the radio, and I want you to see this device ID. That's actually the serial number of the radio. We're going to need that as part of our Maestro update. So on your phone, you're going to bring up the Maestro app. You're logged in, and it's going to see the Maestro that's in your fairing. So we're going to select that Maestro. It just says RR2. All right, so now I'm going to go in and I'm going to tell it to flash by vehicle. I'm not going to edit configuration. So flash by vehicle. Now you could select any year Harley 14 to 23 and this is going to work, but you might as well just pick what you have. Mine's a 14 Electric Glide Police that I'm working on now. So 14 Harley Davidson. Mine's an Electric Glide, but it's the old stripped down police version. I don't even think that's on here. So I'll just pick Street Glide because it's not one of the TurPack models. I'm going to pick the controls with the most options because I do have the upgraded controls. And now I'm going to go down and select my radio from Soundstream. From this point, I'm going to pick that I have a V2 radio. And next it's going to ask for a serial number. Remember, that's the device ID right here on the screen. So I'm going to put mine in. Now you need to put yours in because if you put the wrong number in, this will not work. Mine is not going to work in yours. So find your number. Hit done. All right, so the new firmware is version 2.6. Just a couple days ago we had 2.5, but they made some additional changes and renamed it 2.6. So select version 2.6 or whatever the latest is. Now understand this video is going to live online for a long time. Always do the latest firmware. So once I've got 2.6, it's going to ask me about configuring my system. Vehicle info, gauges, factory amp, steering wheel controls. So leave all of these on. Your radio and Maestro are smart enough when they connect to the data stream of the bike, they self-learn what features they need if you turn them all on. Now, they did something really cool. You can just hit default settings, and the default thumb controls are now the recommended thumb controls that we use and set all of our radios up to. So previously, I would have had to have went through and showed you line by line how to set them up. And let's go through them real quick because I want you to verify they're correct because again, this video is going to live on for a long time. So on volume up, we want to make sure that press 1 says volume increase. Hold does not have to be set. Volume down needs to say volume decrease on press once. Hold, again, doesn't need anything in it. Left side seek up needs to say skip to next track. Left side seek down, skip to previous track. Again, the long press or hold is not set for either of these. Left side home, we want it to say toggle all sources if we quick press. We want it to say mute and unmute audio under hold. Left side voice should say activate Google Assistant or Siri when you quick press it. Or if you hold it, it's going to go to CarPlay Android Auto mode. Now to the right side cursor, this is the joystick on the right controls. Cursor up on quick press needs to say cursor up or right side up. If you hold it up, it's going to display your camera input, and I'll show you that later in the video. On the down, we want it to say cursor down, nothing on hold. Right side left, cursor left, nothing on hold. Right side right, cursor right, nothing on hold. Right side info needs to say motorcycle info if pressed once. Display digital gauges if you hold it. And then our PTT button is going to be for answering incoming calls or ending them depending on if you short press or hold it. Now I want to take this second to tell you not all of you have PTT buttons. And if you want to set answering and hanging up phone calls and you don't have those buttons, you could take any of these cursor buttons that are not set on hold. Like you could do hold to the right, could be answer, hold to the left, could be hang up, or however you want to program it. Right side enter needs to say select highlighted item. And if you hold it, it's actually going to power the radio off. So powering it off is hold, and to turn it back on, you just quick press it. So that's a cool new feature. And the PTT rear, mode rear, volume down and up rear, I don't have that on my bike, but all that is now going to be preset through the defaults. So just make sure that this is correct, and then I want you to hit continue. At this point, it should bring up another page that just lets us just relook at what we've done. We've got an RR2, we've got a 14 model Harley in this case. We've set our controls. We're doing version 2.6 on a Soundstream V2. All of our steering wheel controls are here set up so we can view them again and look and make sure they're right. And after we've verified all of that, we're just going to hit flash. All right, so this doesn't take long. We're just going to wait for this bar to just read up to 100%. Normally when it hits 98%, you're actually going to see the radio cut off and reboot. And then we're going to let it finish out to 100. If for some reason it fails or says it didn't complete, just hit try again. Sometimes the server is very busy. There's a lot of people using this software at any given time. And if it doesn't go all the way through, maybe you dropped internet on your phone, just try again. Now, once we get this completely done, I'll go over with you in the radio some of these new features, how they work, and I'll show you these buttons in action that we just programmed so you'll have a better understanding of exactly what all this update did. And again, if you have an MRR, you're not going to be able to connect wirelessly. You have to connect it to a computer, and I'm making another video to cover that. One other thing I want to touch while we're waiting on this update to finish here, this flash to complete, if you're missing these buttons on your handlebar, you can click the link above now and go to Volunteer Audio to a link that will take you to new hand controls. We offer the hand controls for both the 14 to 18 models, the 19 to 20 models, and those 21 to 23 models that have full functionality in all the buttons. They're also backlit. So you can upgrade those, and by upgrading them, you're going to get better controls that are backlit, but you're also going to get all these extra buttons that do things like answer and hang up calls. So if you're missing those, you can absolutely add those, and we have them in stock at volunteeraudio.com at that link above. All right, so the flash is continuing. It's transferring the firmware. We're 90% complete. This isn't super fast, but it's also not that long. So just leave your ignition on while you're doing this, We're at 97% now. So once it gets to 98, you're going to see your radio cut off. It's going to shut the radio down. It's going to finalize the update, and then the radio is going to turn back on. Now, I've got a couple things going on the bike that we're going to help to show you some things. Like right now, I am low on fuel. So when the radio comes back up, we'll likely have a low fuel pop-up come up. That was something that was fixed with this update from iDatalink. And so one of the first things I want to do once it gets up, I'm going to take you, and I'm going to go ahead and cut my phone off now because I don't need it any further. I'm going to take you in the menu and I'm going to show you how to change these warnings. Some of you are going to want these pop-ups, some of you do not. I do not like the check engine light pop-up because if it pops up, it stops me from seeing other things, and it's difficult to get it to go away because if it sees it pop up again, it's going to come up again and block you again. Okay, so you see the low fuel indicator up. Now, the only way to get that to cut off is actually to hit OK or to put fuel in it. Once you've hit OK, it should stay off. But if we are going to go to our motorcycle info screen, this screen, and we go to settings up here in the top right, we can go to Maestro features, we can go to alerts. This is going to be all of those pop-up alerts. At that point, you can tell it to do check engine alert on or off. I like to leave that off because if my check engine light comes on, it's right up here. I can see it. Battery voltage can be set with a threshold. You can do low fuel. That's probably a good one to have on to make sure we don't run out. And then we also have some other ones, EITMS status or turn signal reminder. So these can be set right here on screen. One other cool thing that it did add, I want to get you out of here and get you to the gauges. If you long press the info button and go to your gauges, now they've added the ability to quickly change these gauges. All you have to do is hold your finger on the gauge. It's going to bring you up to that, as you see here, it says center gauge, and it's going to give me now the list of things that I can do. Previously, it would not gray out things that my bike didn't have. Now it does. So you'll see that X near rear tire pressure. This bike's a 14. It doesn't have tire pressure monitors, so it won't let me select that. You'll also see as you go through the list, you'll see these indicators. Gauge number 3 is currently intake air temp. Gauge number, I can't do gear position because my bike doesn't have that option. I can't do front tire. But I can see battery voltage is currently set as number 4. So every one of the currently selected gauges are now indicated on screen. That is very nice because you cannot put the same gauge in 2 places at the same time, such as RPM. You can't put it as center gauge and top left gauge. If you want to change it to something else, you're going to have to pick something that's not currently selected first. Like if I wanted to move RPM to top left instead of center, I need to make the center anything else that's not been selected. So maybe I can make it throttle position, then go to my left upper gauge and make it RPM. Then I could make my center gauge miles per hour or such. So I can move those around. It's easy to get to. It's easy to see what's already been selected. I think they've done a good job of updating the screen, and that's going to allow us to do a better job of knowing what's available to select and what's already been selected. All right, so I'm going to connect my phone back up to it because I want to show you this new Apple CarPlay Quick Connect button. So let me do that real quick. And you'll have to do the same thing. Go to settings on your phone, go to your Bluetooth where you can see your Bluetooth stuff. Go to the home screen, pick device list, and then tell it to search for your phone. Once your phone comes up on screen, I want you to select it from the radio. We are having, this was a complete radio reboot due to the software update. So we're gonna have to go through and reconnect our phone. There we go, volunteer audio. So I'm gonna select it on screen. It's then gonna ask me to pair on my phone. Yes, I want to pair. Yes, that's correct. Yes, I want to allow it. Yes, I want to do CarPlay. I want to connect my phone here as well. So we've got a fresh connection to our phone. We just removed that so we could go into our MRR2 programming. All right, so part of this new layout, not only do we still have our joystick where we can scroll across all the screens and all that's going to work correctly, but if we change our source to something like FM, I'm going to go there now, and I want to get back to CarPlay quickly. Instead of having to go through all the sources, I can now just hold that voice button, and here's CarPlay right back up. Now, if I want to select that source to play music, I would need to actually select a source. I didn't have one playing. I have to tell it to play that song. So now I'm actively playing music. Now I have to play copyright-free music, or they will actually mute this video and won't let you hear it. So let me bring up something copyright-free because I want to show you the way the volume is now working. All right, so here's something a lot of you asked for. You wanted volume up and down to go faster. So check this out now. When I hold volume up, or volume down, they're way, way quicker than they were before. On top of that, you still have the ability to hold volume in or the home button in and mute it completely. So they've made volume up and down go much, much faster than it was previously. One other really cool feature, we just programmed this, especially for you guys that have a backup camera on your bike. And if you haven't looked at the new HD Vision camera system, check that out. Completely wireless. Currently, they have it as a replacement tail light option for your more basic or base model bikes. I know they're coming out with ultra limited and tri-glide option soon, but this is important for you guys because if you want to see that camera, instead of having to press the button and go to the camera source, we can now just hold the up button over here and our camera view is going to come right up. Now it's going to say no video signal because I don't have a camera on it currently. Holding that same button again, it's going to take me right back to that previous screen. So one other thing they did also add is the ability to actually turn the radio off. So let me get back here to our home menu, and you're going to see now there is a power button. So we can actually press that power button and our radio's off. Previously, the radio would not cut off. Some of you asked for that. I've never needed to turn my radio off, but I understand some of you have different needs. So to turn the radio back on, you can just touch the screen, or you can actually press in on the enter button or the center button on that right joystick. So now you have the ability to turn the radio off. You also have the ability to turn it back on. So power is not offered in the source menu over here, but it is offered from any of these menus. You can just go down and hit that power button. So we do have a way now. It not only cuts the screen off, it cuts the source off, the sound off, the amp off. Everything actually cuts off, and it's pretty instantaneous how fast it goes off and back on. Again, we can get to CarPlay super fast now. So Soundstream's doing a great job of listening to everything that you have been asking for, and they're continuing to do things to make the radio better and better. There were some things in the background that got fixed, some little software bugs as well, and I know Apple and Android both had released some new protocol updates to their phones, so they've updated the radio as well to make phone connectivity even better, so less likelihood to drop Wi-Fi or have black screen issues. Soundstream, hats off. You're doing a great job. I love the radio, and you keep making it better and better. It's by far the best sounding radio we've ever had at Volunteer Audio, and you're making it where it was already great, but it's even greater. You're making it better and better with each one of these updates. So reach out to us if you want to buy a V2 radio. We have them in stock at Volunteer Audio at volunteeraudio.com. If you have questions about it, you can call our sales team at 1-844-30-AUDIO. If you already have your radio, and even if you didn't buy from Volunteer Audio, we make these videos to try to help you with updates and things that come out to make your life easier, to make this a simple process. And another video is coming out with the MRR. So if you didn't buy the MRR2, the MRR update is coming out on a video right after this one. So keep an eye out on that video. We also have a group, the Soundstream Reserve V2 users group. This is a place where we can help you no matter where you bought your radio. Go to Facebook, join that group. We've got a lot of great videos about how to use the radio, how to update the radio. We give you all this information for free. We help moderate that group so it stays specific to this radio and this radio alone. We don't want it jumbled up with a bunch of other things. So if you want help on how to use it, help on different things you have, ask questions there. We'll be really quickly for us to answer it at Volunteer Audio. Rick, our lead tech, is amazing at keeping up with that group and helping you. And if you bought from Volunteer Audio, you have lifetime tech support. So if you have questions and use issues and you want help, call us at 1-844-30-AUDIO. We're here to help with whatever those questions may be. Thank you for watching the video. I hope it helped you. I hope it made it easier to update your radio. I know the radio is better after the update. So definitely, if you've been waiting or holding off, do the radio update, do the Maestro update. You're going to love it as riding season comes about and you use all of these features. Ronnie, Brandon, Hassan, all you guys, you've done a great job with these updates. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. Subscribe to Volunteer Audio for the latest updates as they come out, whether it be for your radio, new products for Harley Audio, how to install it, how to use it. You want to make sure to be the first to learn about it. Subscribe to Volunteer Audio on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. Please like this video. By doing so, it's going to move us up in search results. It's going to help other people find it that need it so they can update their radio as well. Comment below if you have any questions. But most of all, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a blessed day.